Yes, I spoke to President-elect Trump, or President Trump, last week. We had a very friendly discussion. He recognized the great progress that the Greek economy has achieved. After all, what we have done, which is, reducing taxes and focusing on a business-friendly environment, I think rings some bells with him. Of course, the U.S. can afford to run a much bigger deficit than we can, but we didn't discuss about that at all. But we also sort of spoke about the strategic partnership between Greece and the U.S. And of course, when we look at the U.S., all EU member states have bilateral relations, but we also have a relationship as a European Union with the U.S. And the Greek bilateral relationship with the United States is profoundly strong. The foundations were even built during the last months of the Trump administration. We have a defense and cooperation agreement with the U.S., which we signed for 5 years. So it will extend and will be prolonged, but it also extends into the term of the new president-elect. And we've made this relationship not just about defense and security. We've also made it, a strong economic relationship. If you look at also the amount of direct investment we have by U.S. capital into Greece. So all in all, very pleasant and positive discussions. I met President Trump. I was at the White House. I met him at NATO gatherings, and I'm looking forward to working with him again.
Do you worry about tariffs and fragmentation?
I do worry about tariffs because I'm a proponent of free trade, and I believe that tariffs eventually don't create a net sort of positive impact, and my position has not changed. But when it comes to tariffs, we need to be very clear. The European Union is negotiating as a whole, so there's no room to have bilateral agreements. It's a core competency of the Commission. But speaking about the art of the deal, I think a deal can be made when it comes to the US-European trade relations. I can't go into more details because I don't know, how the US is going to approach this topic. But I do think that a trade war between the US and Europe would clearly not benefit neither the US nor Europe. And I do think, regardless of what will happen with China, that the US-European trade relationship needs to be preserved and needs to be addressed as a standalone trade negotiation.